Good evening. My name is Chef Marco and welcome to my kitchen. Today we will be making donuts for the occasion of la Semaine des Langues. For the donuts, we will need 1 cup of warm milk, 2.5 teaspoons of yeast, 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 3 tablespoons of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of salt, 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and 2 eggs, and half a cup of melted butter. For the first step, we're going to need 1 cup of warm milk. The milk has to be warm. And then you're going to need 2.5 teaspoons of yeast. And you mix. And then you're going to let that rest for 10 minutes. For the second step, you're going to need 4 cups of all-purpose flour. And then you're going to need 3 tablespoons, not teaspoons, but tablespoons of sugar. And then you're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of salt. This is 1.5 teaspoons and the rest of salt. And 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. And then you grab your whisk and you mix. For the third step, you're going to separate your mixture into 2. Because this was 4 cups of flour, you're only going to take 2 cups out. Put this aside. And then crack 2 eggs into a cup or whatever you want. For step number 5, you're going to need to beat your eggs. And for step number 6, you're going to need to melt 1 cup of butter. Just keep melting butter till it fills up 1 cup. For step number 7, you have to make sure that your melted butter equals to 1 cup. We already measured ours, and it is equal to 1 cup. You have to let your butter cool, so it's not hot. It's just like room temperature, but not solid, just liquid, but room temperature. Step number 8, you're gonna have to add your eggs to your flour mixture, and then your yeast mixture. The one with the milk and yeast. And the 1 cup of melted butter. It has to be room temperature. And then you mix. And then you mix. For step number 9, you add the other half to your mixture. And then you mix. Mixing, your dough should look a little bit like this. But if your dough is a little bit too sticky and it's sticking to your hands, you can add 1 or 2 tablespoons of flour, but I don't recommend going above 3. I'm just going to add 1 because mine's good. For step number 11, lightly flour your work surface. Place your dough. And just knead it for 1 or 2 minutes. For step number 12, roll your dough into a ball and place it into a lightly greased pan. You can grease your bowl with or butter or oil. And then cover it with a damp towel. Place it aside and let it rest for overnight. After you let your dough rise overnight, it should double or even triple in size. And then lightly flour your work surface and dump out your dough. If you greased your bowl, it's not supposed to stick, but if you didn't, it probably sticked. And then you have to roll out your dough. Your dough has to be like almost 2 centimeters thick or 1 inch. And you shouldn't make it too thin or else it won't, when you deep fry it, you'll have really small donuts and it won't look good. When you finish cutting out all your donuts, take whatever round objects you want. I'm using a cap because I don't have a smaller one. And just cut out all the circles from inside the donuts. It's my first one. And you shouldn't throw these away. You can, or you can make small donuts, or you can put them with the dough that you didn't use and make more donuts. When you finish cutting all the donuts, you may have some extra dough, and just keep repeating that. But when you finish, put these on a big bowl, or with some flour or some parchment paper so they don't stick. After you put all your donuts on a floured plate, you take a wet towel and you cover them for 45 minutes. After you let your donuts rest for 45 minutes, you have to deep fry them. Pour a little bit of oil into your pan and keep heating it till there's no more bubbles. I'm going to start by putting one donut into the boiling oil. The oil can burn you, so make sure someone's watching you. Wait 1 or 2 minutes and then flip it. Now I'll finish the rest. After you finish deep frying your donuts, you're going to need to make the chocolate glaze to put on the top. For the chocolate glaze, you're gonna need 1 1/3 cups of powdered sugar, 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt, half teaspoons of salt, and 3 to 4 tablespoons of water. First you're gonna add 1 1/3 cups of powdered sugar, and then you add your 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and then you have to add half a teaspoon of salt. Then add 3 to 4 tablespoons of water. If yours is a little bit too thick, you can add 1 or 2 tablespoons of water. But mine's good, so I won't add any. After you finish mixing the chocolate glaze, you're gonna take your donuts and dip them in. Turn it around. If you want, you can remove the excess. Then do it with all your donuts. After you dipped all your donuts, you have to wait 15 minutes for the chocolate to harden. And then after you do all of that, bon appetit!